We waiting. What you waiting on, though? You don't know what you waiting on, though. What you waiting on? You got to tell us what you waiting on. Damn, my mama broke you with a
Justice for Dip.
Your boy would have been there like, yeah.
On my mama, bro, I swear to God, everybody that was showing this shit,
You did.
nothing put that nigga by himself, man.
You did.
I can't say it.
You got to.
It say take a shot if you like golden showers. I do.
Golden showers, meaning when the guy pees on you, pee on you everywhere. You like it?
It's fun.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you was drunk and you just.
And they just peeing on.
Jaguar Wright been calling this out for years now. She's been saying that Lauren London was allegedly sent to Nipsey the same way Faith Evans was to Biggie. At least that's how Jaguar painted it. But now it's looking like Jaguar might not be the only one throwing shade anymore. Ever since Nipsey Hussle's tragic passing, the whispers just keep getting louder every single day. Word on the block is that 50 Cent might be stirring the pot in his new documentary. People swear he dropped some sneaky clues about Nipsey's longtime girlfriend and baby mother, Lauren London. The streets are saying he allegedly hinted that she could have played a part in how everything went down. But again, none of this has been proven. It's all floating around as straight-up allegations for now. Still, 50's not the only name being dragged into these claims. Jaguar Wright and Wack 100 have both spoken up publicly, saying Lauren's name keeps coming up in deep industry talk tied to way bigger scandals. Folks online are now asking why Lauren London's name hasn't been pulled more into the conversation surrounding the P. Diddy case, especially when so many insiders seem to be talking in circles about it.
Was it a good idea for Nipsey to be cool with Diddy?
I really can't speak on what and the reason why that man would when he was already doing a great job himself with the team that he had. But somebody convinced him that that would be a good look for him. But no disrespect, he got what.
Wack 100 even dropped a bomb saying Lauren and Cassie were close friends. Then he started asking why, after 5 years together, Nipsey never proposed or talked marriage. He went further, allegedly hinting that Lauren might have been present at those wild Diddy freak-off parties, a term flying all over the internet right now, even though there's no solid proof behind it. Lauren herself once said in interviews that after losing Nipsey, no man could ever have her again. But even with that emotional statement, critics keep throwing dirt, claiming she was one of Diddy's so-called playthings, though that talk is still unverified and highly disputed. According to Wack 100, Cassie, who once admitted she helped organize those infamous freak-off parties for Diddy, allegedly brought Lauren London into that same inner circle. The story floating around says Cassie was the one handling the invites, pulling in celebrities, models, and major industry players to show up at Diddy's private gatherings, all allegedly on his orders. And people online are saying that this whole setup sounds way too similar to how Diddy supposedly had Young Miami on his payroll, bringing in young models and close friends to those same wild events. Names like Saucy Santana are being tossed around too, but insiders claim that's just the beginning of what was really happening behind closed doors.
See, I know Lauren London. Lauren London used to sing backgrounds for me back in the day. And she fell in love with my keyboard player. His name is Omar Edwards. Omar went on to play for Jay-Z after me, after leaving my band. Omar Edwards got Lauren London on to American Idol, which put her in position to meet.
And it doesn't end there. The chatter says Young Miami was also accused, allegedly, of helping Diddy move certain illegal items, including what people online call pink nose candy, or Tootsie, a nickname that's got social media buzzing with curiosity. None of this has been proven in court, but the rumors just won't die down. The streets keep talking and connecting dots, and what's even crazier is that these claims stretch far beyond Miami or LA. Diddy's former producer, Rodney Lil Rod Jones, has even alleged that this activity went across state lines, from New York to Miami, and wherever Diddy's name carried power. Diddy wasn't just throwing parties, he wanted people to pull up. Rodney Lil Rod Jones has been spilling some serious tea, claiming Diddy still owes him a huge amount of money and even crossed major personal lines that went way beyond business. Rodney also alleged that Young Miami's connection to Diddy went way past what anyone would call a normal relationship. He claimed she was willing to go all out to keep his attention and secure that bag, making their bond way more intense than any of Diddy's other relationships. Rodney even said her closeness with Diddy caused serious tension. Allegedly, Young Miami was getting into fights with other women in Diddy's circle, and nobody really knew why. Diddy, on the other hand, made sure the world knew she wasn't just someone he was seeing on the low. People around him believed she held a real spot in his heart, something much deeper than a fling, and that idea had the streets talking loud.
Now, because this is a lot of the personal footage of Diddy. It shocked a lot of people. And I know, 50, the way you run, this cannot be all that you have. Is there other stuff that you just have not shown?
Yeah, well, everything couldn't make was 4 episodes.
Right.
So it was a lot. You had to pick and choose things, like even in an area where he chooses to date people who he knows previously dated someone. He has a baby by a woman that was dating Tupac.
Wow.
To add to it, but we had to cut it down.
Young Miami, known for being sharp and street smart, was allegedly down to go where others wouldn't. Insiders claim she was present at those wild freak-off nights, inviting people for Diddy, setting the vibe, and going along with whatever wild fantasies he wanted to play out. The word is she wasn't just hanging around. She was active in keeping those nights running smooth, all out of loyalty and the promise of that luxury lifestyle. Now that's where things get even messier. People are starting to whisper that Lauren London, Nipsey's baby mother, might also have had some quiet connection behind the scenes. The rumors say while Young Miami was working more up front for Diddy, Lauren was possibly involved in a much more low-key, behind-the-curtain kind of way. All of this still sits in a gray zone, heavily disputed and full of unanswered questions. Things really started heating up when Diddy's former assistant, Capricorn Clark, got mentioned in connection to a recent lawsuit. Leaked reports from alleged insiders claim that while Lauren London might not have been directly involved, she allegedly knew what was happening during those wild freak-off nights. The reports even said participants got so exhausted they needed IV drips to recover, and Lauren supposedly was aware of what was going down around her. According to what's circulating, Clark reportedly described a moment saying, yes, Miss London was there, while Cassie was allegedly being called back and forth between rooms. The implication being tossed around online is that Lauren might have known Cassie was under pressure, but stayed silent, and that accusation has caused a storm of backlash all over social media. All this drama reignited the long-standing question: why did Nipsey stay under Diddy's influence when so many believed he could have thrived completely on his own? Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, hinted that there was serious control happening behind the curtain. He suggested Diddy allegedly had Nipsey on a kind of leash, keeping him tied in tighter than anyone realized. Word in the streets says once Nipsey started tugging on that leash, trying to break free from Diddy's grip, things turned dark real quick. After their collab started blowing up and Victory Lane kept gaining traction, people believed Nipsey was ready to move independently, to truly own his lane. But that's when talk about his safety started spreading heavy, with fans and insiders alike wondering if his success came with a dangerous cost.
People know he was hitting Nip baby mama. You see it's coming out. Because, Cassie and her was best friends. So when a playing like the way Diddy playing, this is real shit. My woman right there. My woman's right there.
Everybody in the industry that we like.
If I tell my woman...
That I don't disagree with.
Listen,
Listen,
you think if Diddy told Cassie, make that happen with Laura, it wasn't gonna happen?
The official story says Nipsey Hussle was tragically killed by Eric Holder after an argument where Nipsey allegedly called him a snitch. But that explanation never sat right with everybody, and for a long time, people have been side-eyeing the whole situation. Many in the streets believe Big U, a man often rumored to have had serious tension with Nipsey, might have been connected somehow, with some even accusing him of hiring Eric Holder. None of that's been proven, of course, but what really got folks talking was how shaky Big U's story seemed that day. Reports say his whereabouts kept shifting, and no solid alibi ever came out, and that made people raise major questions. Another big detail, Nipsey had just refused to renew an old contract tied to Big U's label, and that alone had everyone whispering. But the situation turned even stranger when Nipsey's funeral came around, and Big U didn't show up, not even to pay his respects. Then that viral live stream hit, showing Big U laughing at a "Justice for Nip" comment. The internet went crazy. People turned into full-time detectives, connecting dots and firing off accusations across every platform. Months later, the story blew up again, and Loose Cannon dropped a bomb on the No Jumper podcast. He claimed Big U actually called him about Nipsey's death a full 30 minutes before it officially happened, and that statement sent shockwaves through social media.
Nipsey, and then she dumped Omar, who loved her madly, for Nipsey out of nowhere. Moved him out of the way because he was about to give Dr. Sabi to the world all over again, just like Lisa Left Eye Lopez tried to do damn near 30 years ago. Y'all niggas ain't slick. Lauren London was a contestant on American Idol. She just didn't make it, and when that fell through,
Clips spread like wildfire. Big U did not take it lightly. After that explosive episode aired, Big U reportedly moved fast, sending Adam22, the podcast host, a cease and desist letter, demanding the video be taken down immediately. But instead of silencing the talk, that move made people even louder. The streets were buzzing non-stop, saying Big U's reaction only made the claim sound more believable, not less. Then Charleston White jumped into the conversation and decided to let it all out. He told people straight up why he believes a hit was placed on Nipsey Hussle. According to Charleston, Nipsey allegedly stopped paying dues to Big U, and that move didn't sit right with him at all. The story had already been floating around for a while, but when Charleston said it out loud, it threw gasoline on a fire that was already burning hot. Now more voices are stepping up, and the narrative is twisting again. Some sources are claiming it wasn't just Big U in the mix. They're saying Diddy's name might be tied in too. And according to what 50 Cent supposedly hinted at, Lauren London could have been connected through her ties to Diddy, allegedly of course. As wild as that sounds, everything's still speculative right now. People admitting that more facts are still being uncovered.
But for the record, the feds, when they did come, they only wanted one thing, and I feel like this will be of special interest to you. They wanted the cease and desist from Big U in regards to Loose Cannon's first appearance on No Jumper, in which Loose basically implicated Big U in the murder of the late, great Nipsey Hussle.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. And did you give them the cease and desist?
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Online reactions have been absolutely ruthless. One person commented, "Lauren isn't innocent. Diddy put him together just to control him." Another added, "Lauren went from modeling to music videos, and Capricorn knows Diddy, plus Lauren's Cassie's friend." Then someone else went even further, saying, "Nah, Lauren was part of it. Her and Diddy were tight as thieves. Diddy used her to get to Nipsey." Those are all direct opinions from the public. Nothing confirmed, nothing proven in court, but they're spreading fast. Now the big question everybody's asking is shaking the internet. Could there really be any truth to the idea that Lauren London might have had something going on behind the scenes with Diddy while Nipsey was still alive? And if that connection really existed, could it have played any role, directly or indirectly, in Nipsey's tragic ending? The streets are buzzing non-stop, and the debate isn't slowing down anytime soon. As all these stories start to collide, one thing's becoming impossible to ignore. The deeper people dig, the darker and more twisted this whole situation starts to look. Old industry ties, secret power moves, big money, loyalty, and silence keep showing up in every conversation. Right in the middle of it all, Nipsey's name won't fade away. Every new interview, leaked clip, or insider comment adds another piece to a puzzle that refuses to rest. What's got everyone uneasy is how these allegations keep overlapping. Different people, different platforms, yet the same chilling patterns keep popping up. Over and over, the same themes surface: control, influence, fear, and the question of who really had the upper hand behind closed doors. Many believe Nipsey was on the verge of full independence, trying to break free from anyone's grip to take full control of his career. Not everyone around him was ready for that kind of move, not in an industry where freedom can make powerful people nervous. And that's what has folks asking why certain relationships and certain names seem to matter so much right at that critical moment in his life. Now the streets are buzzing louder than ever, and the conversations just won't die down. People are starting to connect old dots, saying maybe Nipsey's rise to full power came with unseen enemies watching his every move. Some even whisper that his independence was shaking the wrong tables, the kind that don't like when someone breaks free from the system. The talk is getting heavier by the day, and the names being mentioned keep getting bigger. Online investigators, bloggers, and even ex-industry insiders are all chiming in, trying to piece together what really went on behind the scenes. Some claim Nipsey had uncovered secrets that powerful people didn't want out. Others insist he was simply moving too smart, building real ownership, and that scared people used to pulling the strings. Whatever the truth is, it's clear this story is far from over, and new details keep surfacing every week. Now attention's turning back to Lauren London again, with people debating whether she was just caught in the storm or if she somehow knew more than she let on. Her silence through all of this has people split. Some say she's protecting her peace, while others believe she's protecting certain truths. Every rumor, every leaked message, every mysterious connection keeps adding to the chaos. The question now isn't just who pulled the strings, it's who benefited the most from Nipsey's downfall. And until the pieces finally line up, the internet won't stop asking, was his death really just a street feud, or was it something way deeper?
As the noise grows louder, one thing's becoming clearer. This whole story might stretch further than anyone first thought. New voices are stepping in, claiming that what happened to Nipsey wasn't just a neighborhood issue, but something rooted deep in the industry's hidden politics. People online are starting to say his rise threatened an entire system built on control, loyalty, and quiet deals made behind closed doors. Whispers say Nipsey was sitting on big plans, partnerships that would have put him on a whole new level, maybe even outside the reach of major labels and their influence. Some insiders hint he was getting too close to exposing the real money flows, who was backing who, and what was really being traded for power. That kind of independence, they say, doesn't sit well in a world built on keeping artists locked in tight. Now the conspiracy talk has shifted again, with fans questioning if certain figures might have benefited from keeping Nipsey's voice quiet. People are connecting dots between Diddy's rumored dealings, Big U's name still floating around, and Lauren London's silence through it all. The internet is ruthless. No one's being spared from speculation. What's wild is that every few months, another leaked clip or interview reopens the whole case. The timelines shift, the theories twist, and the list of people supposedly in the know just keeps getting longer. One thing's for sure, the truth behind Nipsey's story still feels unfinished, and the deeper people dig, the more it starts to look like his legacy was shaking something way bigger than the streets. Now the energy around this story is reaching a boiling point. The internet won't let it rest. Every thread, every post, every whisper keeps looping back to the same chilling question. Who really wanted Nipsey gone? Fans, bloggers, and insiders are all playing detective, and the theories are starting to sound more like pieces of a real-life puzzle that someone doesn't want solved. Some claim powerful figures are trying to bury the truth under distractions, dropping new projects, documentaries, and statements that keep shifting focus. Others believe that people close to Nipsey, knowingly or not, were being used as pawns in a much bigger game. Even now, folks are pointing out eerie coincidences, deleted posts, missing footage, and quiet deals that seem to line up a little too perfectly. Lauren London's name still hovers in the conversation, though she's never directly responded to the wild claims. Some fans defend her fiercely, saying she's endured enough pain and deserves peace. But others can't help but noticing how her silence fuels even more speculation, especially with her name linked to so many of the same players being talked about. Meanwhile, the streets feel like they're holding their breath, waiting for that one undeniable piece of truth to drop. Because even if part of these rumors turn out to be real, it could shake the entire entertainment world from top to bottom. Until then, all anyone can do is keep watching, keep digging, and keep asking, was Nipsey's death really just another tragedy, or the result of something powerful people never wanted exposed? Who really benefited? Who lost control? And who stayed quiet when everything started shifting? Those questions keep spinning non-stop, especially with so many powerful industry names still being linked to Nipsey's final chapter. But let's be clear, a lot of what's being said remains pure speculation, street talk, and personal opinions, not proven facts. No matter how loud the rumors get, only truth can separate what's real from what's being assumed. Still, the reason these conversations just won't die down
is because too many details still don't sit right with the public. People feel like they're missing pieces, things that don't add up, and that's why the internet refuses to let it rest. Nipsey Hussle represented more than music. He stood for ownership, growth, and breaking cycles. That's exactly why fans keep demanding answers, because his legacy was too powerful to fade quietly. His movement shook the culture, and the questions around his death keep bringing people back, searching for justice and truth. The impact Nipsey left behind can't be ignored. His vision was too real, his mission too bold, and his voice too strong to just brush aside. Until every angle is examined and real facts come out, the culture will keep talking, debating, and digging deeper for the truth. If this breakdown got you thinking, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to share this video so more people can join the conversation and decide for themselves what they believe. Stay tuned because this story is far from over, and we'll be diving even deeper in the next video.